figure and coffee here, and today I'm going to explain how I came to own this particular copy of the I Ching. As you can see, it's quite old. It's from the old used bookstore, as well as how I came to read the I Ching. So when I was 15 or 16, we went to clean out my grandfather's house. He was moving to a old folks home, and he had a habit of shopping at thrift stores and used bookstores, and one of his hobbies was reading used books. Read quite a few things. Maybe he also would just buy used books, and several other people in the family also had similar interests, so things would accumulate. So for whatever reason, this was in the garage in a box full of other books I was looking through, and I accepted and, well, didn't accept, I was putting books for my own, as I like to collect books, aside to read and take home. I thought this was actually a different book, a book of different type of philosophy. I skimmed it. I thought it was the Tao or something else. I don't really remember reading it that much. I remember not really understanding it. And maybe another decade went by, and after college, when I was working, I opened it up again, and then I actually read this introductory page about the penny method. And so then I tried the penny method, and then using that with the chart, realized that this book actually, in a technical sense, can be used to get advice or as a way of divinating or predicting things. I still contend it's more of a meditation, gives you meditative advice, and I think it's really interesting in that context. That said, I actually, in reading the book, finally came to understand that this is a divinatory practice, and that people do use it for divination, meaning predicting the future, just like tarot cards or astrology. I like to do it, and I like to offer it as a way of giving advice. And I think if you do it with that in mind, and you go to a reading, and you go to a hexagram, and then we read the hexagram, and we consider and dwell on that advice, I think we get quite a ways farther. Here's hexagram 9. Indicates that in the case which it presupposes, there will be progress and success. I do not go and seek the youthful inexperience, but he comes and seeks me. When he shows the sincerity that marks the first recourse to divination, I instruct him. If he apply a second and a third time, that is troublesome, and I do not instruct the troublesome. There will be advantages in being firm and correct. And just to make sure you're following your Roman numerals, when I said it was 9, this was actually number 4. So be careful. So that's how I came to have this particular version. Now you can look it up for free online, and you can obviously buy nicer, cleaner versions. I find there's something special about this book. The paper is faded. It stayed with me, so I find it very unique. And I started eventually to add them to, they're not on these paintings, but sometimes I add them to paintings as ways of providing advice, or just this really unique thing and a neat touch, very personal touch. I think it's worth doing, and I think you can go through these. You can draw them from a penny method or various methods of reading the I Ching. You can get a hexagram, and it will provide advice. And I think going through that advice, or going through that advice with someone, is a very valuable thing, and it offers a lot to think about. I think the penny method's a great way for people to be introduced to it. Unfortunately, I hear they have stopped making pennies, but I'm sure there's plenty around still. But as you can see, heads gives you a broken line, tails gives you a solid line, and then here are the different splits. as what to do. And of course, if you get all three, you get a dot on a line, which just tells you which of the 6 particular lines you really need to focus on. The other thing about this book is that it was first published, I think, in 1966 or 64, and the last in February 1986. My guess is this book is from 1986 because it has the last this page, which has the last update. Also, this page is quite beautiful as well. Let me know your thoughts on the I Ching, and if you've had any books come into your collection or follow you through life over time. It's a book that rears its interest every now and then, and let me know your interest. Also, I have a new painting posted on Instagram. I'm not quite sure how we'll finish it. And here's the old painting experiment. Follow Figure and Coffee for art, I Ching, and my interviews. We have a number of interviews with unique people.